is -9 degrees outside. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So as you guys can see, we've got some snow on the ground. It is about 20 degrees out here today, and we've got a low of 1 degree tonight. So it's going to be chilly, and should be a fun one. First things first, I got to get some gloves on. My hands are already getting pretty numb. It's hard to tell, but that water over there is just completely frozen. It is very windy here, and it just comes right off the water. It's chilly, but it's part of the fun. So I've got my heater, I've got plenty of firewood. Let's go ahead and start getting stuff set up and see if we can figure out how to stay warm for this evening. Before anything else, I've got to get a jacket on. That wind is just cutting through me. All right, now we can get set up. So I don't think I'm going to deploy the awning today. There's not really a need for it. We're not getting any snow or rain, so. All right, so I want to kind of show you guys where I'm at and where we're going to be staying here for the night. We're kind of backed in right here between these rocks. Truck is set up right there. You can kind of see the water way back there. It's all frozen over. This is a really nice spot. Kind of wish it was a little more level, but I think we're going to be all right. We're kind of sloped down just a little bit right here, but it's not terrible. You can kind of see what our view out the back is. Nobody here. You can kind of see we've got some snow here. Under that snow, straight ice. Just a sheet of ice underneath. This is an awesome spot. I'm excited to be out. Of course, I've got the heater with me tonight, and I had the butane up front with me in the cab to try and keep it warm. And I'll probably try to keep that as warm as possible until it's time to get in the back for tonight. So I'm going to show you guys the setup for tonight. It's about like usual. I've got my 0 degree sleeping bag right here. I've got my heater in this box right here. And then I've got paper towels, extra bundles of firewood, a couple of power stations, wool blanket, another sleeping bag if I need it. I've got my ice cove fridge right here, not even plugged in because it doesn't need to be. It's just cold enough to where I don't need to plug that fridge in right now. Pretty awesome spot. Well, it's about 2 o'clock and I really don't have much to set up. Not putting the awning out. I'm gonna get my stove out a little bit later to cook on, and so I think the next order of business is to get some sort of a fire pit. I'm thinking right in here would be a good spot, and I've got to get my beanie because it's cutting right through. I brought my shovel, so we'll dig out some of this snow and kind of get us a fire pit. I brought a couple extra bundles so we can go ahead and get the fire started earlier than I usually do, just to kind of stay warm, guys. Sheet of ice. Another big sheet. That should do right there. Go ahead and get these bundles. Alright guys, before another wind gust comes, I've just got these little fine curls I made with my knife. And I've got a little fire still here. Haven't used it in a while, but let's see if we can do this still. Take off fast. This may not work. We might have it actually. Maybe. Don't want to get my hopes up. Just don't want to smother it. Feed it too fast. I hope you guys can see this. Let's see if we can cut a few more strips. Kind of add some pieces on while it's starting to take off. I have some fire starters with me, but just figured I'd try to use the old fire still, see if I can still do it. Awesome. Get the old chair out. That feels great. The sun keeps popping in and out, and the wind gusts are just crazy. They actually kind of help the fire get started. This is just an awesome spot, guys. Nobody else around. It's awesome. Really can't beat it. Let's take a walk over here really quick. This water is just frozen over, and I'm walking on ice underneath the snow. You can hear it cracking. Let's see if we can get closer to this water. I can just hear the ice cracking. That's about as close as we can get right there. Look at that, guys. That's pretty solid right there. I think we can walk on it, but I don't really like the idea of skiing across this. Figured we'll go ahead and try to make some coffee. see if this will light even. It may not because it's been in the truck. Definitely got the water too hot, but should be all right. Well, guys, we are actually getting some snow, which is crazy. There was no snow in the forecast before I left. I don't have any service here to check, but it's definitely snowing. At first I thought it was coming off the trees when the wind hit it, but no, it's definitely coming down now. I hope this don't amount to anything, but if it does, we'll be fine. That's how it goes. I don't set up the awning and then here comes a bunch of snow, so. Cheers, everyone. This is crazy. This is great. I hope you guys are enjoying. This view is just crazy. Well, this has turned out better than I thought. I wonder how long this snow will last. Had no idea it was even going to happen. It's supposed to be clear skies tonight. It's not clear at all right now. I mean, the sun is covered up. This is prime snow weather right here. So, let's see. Thermometer is showing 23 degrees. I'd say it's colder than that, but I know the second that I put that awning up, it'll quit. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, see what happens with it. Kind of just hang out by the fire here. It's still early in the day. I'm gonna enjoy this coffee and just relax here by the fire. This is just fantastic. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on supper. Let me show you what I got. So I've got some elbow macaroni, some tomato juice, and some diced tomatoes, and some turkey. So what we're going to be making tonight is goulash. So I need to go ahead and get out the camp stove and get to work on this. So I'm going to be using the Nature Hike stove. Then you take some of this isobutane and propane mixture. And I did warm this up before I come out here, but we'll see if it works or not. Let's just see if it works first off. Open it up. It may not work. Let's see here. Okay. Let's try out our jet boil fuel. It may work a little better. This stuff happens sometimes when you're camping. This surprisingly worked, but it might be because it's got more fuel in it. Let's see if this one works. Okay. There we go. We got it. Thermometer is showing 17 degrees. Probably why this stuff's not working like I need it to. So I've got this little pot here. Just gonna put a little bit of oil in this. No, I'm not. It's frozen. Okay. Look at that. Winter camping. All right. First things first, I'm going to brown this ground turkey. Just going to use this wooden spoon, kind of break it up a little bit. I'm going to work on browning this turkey, and then we'll go with the next ingredient. Going to add some salt and pepper to this. Alright guys, our turkey meat is pretty brown, so now I'm just going to add in some tomato juice, slushy tomato juice. Just kind of eyeball it. Everything's freezing. Then I've got a can of diced tomatoes. I'm just going to dump the whole thing of that in there if I can. Yeah, they were frozen as well, so that's going to take a minute to warm up. But once it does, we'll get that nice and hot, and then we'll add in our elbow noodles. Let them cook. We'll be good to go. Only thing I'm missing is some bell peppers and some onion. Wish I had that, but it'll be just fine. This is still going to warm me up on this cold evening. 14 degrees. Whew. And it's dropping. The wind is not cooperating, so I've kind of got everything sitting around trying to make a wind break. And then my fuel is very cold, so that's not helping either, but That's part of it, guys. Such a peaceful evening out here. Awesome. It might be hard to tell. You can kind of see some pinkish, almost looks purple above that, and then you've got your gray and the blue. It's awesome. And on the other side over here, awesome clouds out here as well. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add the noodles in. Gonna kind of eyeball it. Now I'm just gonna give that a good mix and put the lid on. And it's probably gonna take a minute with this cold weather. Thermometer showing 12 degrees. So it's just dropping and dropping, and that's not helping our fuel problem. We'll just pop the lid on and go sit by the fire for a bit. Cheers, everyone. Well, it is definitely nightfall now. Completely quiet out here. Right now I've got one of my butane canisters in my jacket pocket, trying to keep everything operational. That food is going to take a minute because of that mixture of butane and propane or whatever. It's running, but it's just, you turn the stove all the way up and it's not near as hot as it usually gets. Let me see what the thermometer's saying. Thermometer's showing 11 degrees. It's cold out here, guys. Hopefully our food will be done shortly and kind of warm us up a bit. Alright guys, that's looking pretty good. Let's give it a try. This is gonna be good. I had to set my drink by the fire. It was getting slushy. Well guys, I'm gonna sit back, enjoy this, try to warm up by the fire, hang out here for a little while, and we'll get in the back of the truck and try to crank on that heater. Hopefully it works. Even if it don't, I've got a heated blanket, I've got a good sleeping bag. I'm good to go even if it don't work. I'll catch up with you guys when we get in the truck. Thermometer, and it's reading 4 degrees out there. Look at that. 4 degrees, 9 degrees in here. I started the heater up prior to getting in here because I just knew everything was going to be frozen and I wanted to get it started before I got in here. Alright, so I'm going to get this 12 volt heated blanket plugged in. Just going to plug it in to the Blue Eddy, and I've also got this EcoFlow, so I'll use it later if this one runs dead. I'm going to leave this heated blanket underneath me, and then I'll have the sleeping bag on top, and hopefully we can stay pretty warm in here. Like I said, the low for tonight is 1 degree, so I'm tempted. I brought some pajama pants, but I'm thinking about just keeping these pants on for tonight. I feel like that's a better call. Getting everything somewhat situated. 24 degrees in here and 5 degrees outside. Thankfully this heater is working. It really made things easier. If I didn't have it, or if it didn't work, I think I would be alright. It just makes things a little bit more difficult. But I've got a good sleeping bag here. Should keep me plenty warm. Also, I wanted to show you guys, I've got a carbon monoxide detector. Heated blankets warming up. I'm getting pretty sleepy. It's 8:30 now. I'm gonna get to bed and I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try to stay warm. Good night, guys. Alright guys, a little update. It is 3:30. It is -9 degrees outside. I've got the heater going. Trying to warm it up a little bit. I've got it up to 25 in here. I'm gonna warm up a little bit and I'm going back to bed. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is a cold, brisk morning. I've been awake for about 30 minutes. When I got up, it showed -12. Right now it's -11, 28 degrees in here. So for the last 30 minutes, I've been getting the heater going. I had the fuel canisters down in my sleeping bag to try to keep them warm. And the heater was struggling to get started this morning, so basically what I done was take one butane, start up the heater, and then I would use that heat coming from that one to heat up another canister. I just sit there and rotate it over top of the heater to try and warm it up. Once that one would freeze up, I would pull that one out, put the new one in, and now I think I finally got it to where it's steadily at a steady heat right now. But I've got another canister down there, trying to keep it somewhat warm, just in case that one goes out. The one thing about these butane heaters, they don't do well, especially in -11. I'm thinking next time in this scenario, I'll go with the Mr. Buddy heater, just in case. The little green propane canisters, they do a lot better in the cold than these butane do. I'm starting to see a little bit of daylight out there, so it's about time to get up and get some coffee. I'm going to use my power station and my electric kettle, so I ain't got to deal with any more frozen fuel or anything like that. Everything's just got a little bit of frost on it. Can you guys see that? Here we go. Get my water out of the sleeping bag. Kept it warm all night. Turn it on. We'll definitely put the lid on that. Try to speed it up a little bit. -11. This is the coldest I've ever camped. I think the last time I camped close to this was 0 degrees, and I was in the softtopper. I don't know if you guys have, I know some of you all have been around since then, so I really do appreciate the ones that have stuck around that long. But it seems like it's working. Let's do this. I've got 2 of these little instant folders. Might as well use them up. Alright guys, I let that get a little hotter than I usually do because it's so cold out. Pop our lid on, try to keep that warm. Let's give this a shot, see if it's any good. That's better than I thought. I usually don't like them little instant packets, but I had a couple left, so might as well use them. So this back glass is completely frozen. I'm hoping it'll open up. That's why I really wanted to get the heater going, just to kind of warm this up a bit. Yeah, it's gonna open. I'm gonna warm my feet up, get these boots on, and we're gonna head outside and take a look around. Oh, wow. Alright guys, yeah, it's chilly. Check this out. Moon up there, it's kind of hard to see. It's just awesome out here. Cheers. Oh, that's some good coffee. Don't look like we got any neighbors. Let's walk out here. Man, it is just so cold out. In the summertime, you'd have to have a boat to be where I'm walking right now. It's just crazy to think. I give you all a little 360 view. What you can see right there. There's the ice. Check that out. Well guys, this has been such an awesome trip. The goulash last night was awesome. Just being in the snow, it's a different experience. We dug out the fire pit, built us a nice fire, stayed warm all evening really. Didn't really get chilly until the middle of the night, and kind of just cranked the heater on. Had some trouble with the heater. Had some trouble with cooking the food last night too, because it was so cold that the fuel didn't want to work. The coldest I've ever camped in ever, so this will be one to remember for sure, guys. And I'm glad y'all could come along with me. So until the next one, guys, I'll see you all then. Bye, guys.